is for the ones who care.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching 90 More back again, fresh home after Arsenal's traditional annual meeting with Boreham Wood. Pre-season friendlies begun today, and it was mainly Steve Bold's under-18s / under-23s involved. No big names, a couple of recognisable ones, but a few that really shone through and could well force their way into Unai Emery's pre-season plans. And we really were a much better side in the second half. 3-1 down at half-time, 1-0 down after 4 minutes. There were chants in the background from plenty of fans who were letting Stan Kroenke know that they wanted him out and they wanted their Arsenal back, even though this was obviously, a kids' game that is not really affected by the transfer window. That said, we have only seen one signing, so in this video we will not only be talking about the game itself and what we saw today, but also some transfer rumours involving the likes of Kieran Tierney, Saliba, Mesut Ozil, and more. Steve Bold's first game in charge in his new role. I'm not going to lie, he didn't get off his arse, just clapping from the sidelines to give some kind of motivation. I guess all the work was done at home, and I guess there is still plenty of work to be done, because at the back especially, we looked frail and very easily opened up. Boreham Wood dominating proceedings from the get-go, creating most of the better chances, and deservedly taking a 3-1 lead into the break. Matt Smith is 18 years old, looks extremely talented, and he was very crafty, putting together a few moves, controlling the tempo when Arsenal needed, and he is certainly one that I'll be looking out for in the future. Decision making is certainly going to be one of his strengths, and you could see that from the goal that he scored. A tap-in, but the 1-2 that preceded it, most players wouldn't have that lightning quick reaction time to think of even doing that, and probably would have just blasted it. I've heard a lot of good things about Trey Cole, but he didn't really have that much to offer today. His one effort weakly kind of passed at Ryan Huddard, who was in the other goal. On the left-hand side, second half, we had number 17, Javier Amaichi, who gave us a few step-overs, but it was really Tyrese John Jules up top who was causing all the problems. Lovely movement. He came back to get involved and hold up play. And he scored a beautiful finish with his right foot before winning a penalty, which he slotted home. I'm not going to say comfortably, because he kind of waited for the keeper to go down and he didn't. But I don't want to read too much into it. They did well to pull it back from 3-1, finishing the game at 3-3. And it was a family day out that plenty enjoyed. However, plenty didn't turn up just to see the football. A lot of people were there to make a point. Stan Kroenke hasn't been one since he has taken over the club to fork out or, go into his pocket. And as the club is being run self-sufficiently, as a businessman, he's just sitting back and watching the show. £5.3 million to £6.04 million were meant to have spent on Martinelli, the 18-year-old Brazilian from the 4th Division. And people are waiting for other things to happen. It's getting quite tiresome, isn't it? A lot of people would have woken up this morning watching videos and seeing tweets that Mesut Ozil was being linked to Fenerbahce in Turkey. Fenerbahce, historically one of the biggest 2 clubs in Turkey, or 3 clubs, I guess, with Besiktas and Galatasaray. But unfortunately, I've got to break this news to you, they're absolutely broke right now. In fact, they're almost going bust. And it's very, very unlikely that the 50 to 51% chance that people have been quoting that Ozil will leave Arsenal this season and go to Turkey should be closer to 5 to 6%, unless it's being funded by Erdogan himself, or Erdogan has stepped in to make this deal actually happen. This is no chance going to happen whatsoever. He's very comfortable in London. He's a new house which has only recently just been done up. He's just got married, and he loves going for coffees on top of the roof terrace, looking over views of the London Eye. So 350 grand a week, can you blame him? He's living in the capital city of not only the country, but arguably the world. Loving life. Fresh new Adidas deal with 3 years left. Is it 2 or 3 years left Ozil's got in his contract? Can you blame him for not going anywhere? So just to clarify, Mesut Ozil almost certainly not going anywhere. Please don't get your hopes up, because they will be quashed. 350 grand a week is not an amount that most clubs will be able to pay. Okay, next up we're going to talk about Lucas Vazquez. He has been linked from Real Madrid. They want 30 5 million euros. Arsenal have apparently bid 33 million euros, or at least that's what reports were saying coming out of Spain, especially AS and Marca, neither of which I'm inclined to believe. In fact, Kike Marin himself coming out and saying that Arsenal have no interest in the guy and that Real Madrid are simply desperate to sell players. And I think they might be onto something here. A lot of these guys are going to have to go. Lucas Vazquez, James Rodriguez, Gareth Bale, Ceballos. We've already seen 4 or 5 of them leave, but there's still 6 or 7 to go. And personally, I would rather continue playing Mkhitaryan and Iwobi out of position instead of spending £35 million of our budget on a player who really isn't all that, and Real Madrid fans themselves cannot wait to get rid of. Rumour has it that Emery is quite keen on the player, and Arsenal are considering making an offer of 33 million euros plus 5 million euros add-ons for his services. I hope that that's a load of bollocks because I really don't want him at the club. I'm sorry, we've got to be thinking bigger than that. Come on, lads. William Saliba. Arsenal have apparently offered a 30 million euro bid. And I do find reports coming out that Wolves and Roma have joined the race quite interesting, because last week it was Tottenham who were in the race. It does seem like St Etienne are using their own sources to leak information out to the press and perhaps push Arsenal in the direction of putting down a bigger offer, a better offer. That said, if we're not going to get the player for this season, I do struggle to see why we're desperate to spend the majority of our transfer budget on this kid. I know that he looks fantastic, but it's a big ask for an 18-year-old. The move is apparently close to being finalised though. TF1, French channel, are basically very confident that this is going to get done. It is funny, Arsenal buying and then loaning with a limited budget. So Arsenal. It really is incredibly Arsenal, isn't it? Let's move on to Kieran Tierney. Alan Preston is his agent, and he's been speaking to Scottish radio about his client's future. He has been linked, Tierney, with Napoli and Lyon. Lyon obviously losing Ferland Mendy to Real Madrid for £45 million. Tierney is rumoured to have been replaced already because they have signed another left-back. However, they do need another left-back because Itzaguirre is away. Tierney is going to cost about £25 million. Arsenal haven't been able to offer that amount of money yet, and his agent is saying if there is a time for Kieran to go, it will be up to Celtic, the board, and Peter Lawwell. They've signed a left-back, but they do need one because the one that they've got already is away. It's all down to Celtic. If they get a price that they believe is the correct value for Kieran Tierney, he could possibly be on his way, but no one has hit that price yet. So it is up to Arsenal, Napoli, or whoever else to put the money up, and then Tierney will be a done deal. It's slightly worrying. We do need to get these things over the line, especially because the club do leave for pre-season tour on Thursday next week, or this coming week. So it would be nice to have some business done, some fresh faces in and amongst the crew so that you could start to embed them and they can start to gel as a squad. Let's bring you over here to Wilfried Zaha, who says, whatever happened to speaking facts? It's sad and annoying how anyone will just open their mouth and speak on things or situations they know absolutely nothing about. What is he talking about? Because the situation is he signed a new contract at Palace last year, and surely he would be playing for a bigger club already if he hadn't done that. So this is perhaps his doing. Maybe he should have negotiated a release clause. I'm not sure why he hasn't done that. But his brother has come out and said some interesting things recently about how he would love to play for the team that he supported as a kid. He's also had a bit of a squabble with his national team coach, and that could be what he's alluding to here. Is an interview that Wilfried Zaha has done at the end of his latest African Nations Cup game.
I can say on it really, there's no problem between me and him.
A lot of rumours that Arsenal have submitted
So obviously he's talking about the national team coach there, saying that there's no problem.
an offer to Crystal Palace to grab you to London Colney next season. What's your comment about that? And would you like to play for Arsenal?
I have no comment on it. The only thing that's on my mind right now is trying to win this cup.
Would you like to play for Arsenal or not?
I don't know, we'll see in the future.
So he doesn't know whether he wants to play for Arsenal. We'll see in the future. He's been very cagey, giving a couple of smirks and smiles. I see a couple of micro expressions in there. I'm not sure that this cannot get done. It looks like something may have to be forced. He might have to actually put in a transfer request. There is no release clause in his contract. So we may well be waiting this one out right to the very end. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's not only too much money, but Crystal Palace have no reason to sell since they sold Wan-Bissaka. They can hold out for a big fee. Will they ever get a better offer for this player? I'm not sure that they will. And it could be that it's already done and he just can't say anything. We've also had Malcolm offered on loan with an obligation to buy next season. Reckon that would be a good move? He's someone that really hasn't been able to forge a career for himself so far at Barcelona. I think he made 15 appearances last season. Don't forget, this is your last chance to get involved in the new home kit competition. There's a giveaway that is on my Twitter. If you go over, it's the pinned tweet, twitter.com/hughwizzy. All you've got to do is retweet the tweet itself. Follow footy.com, who've kindly gifted us an Arsenal kit, and I will be announcing the winner in tomorrow's video. So there we go, pre-season 2019-20 season almost underway. Things are about to get moving. Let's hope the transfer window is a lot more active in the coming days and weeks. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you drop the video a damn like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all very shortly in another one. For now, though, I've been hughwizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.